Hey everyone, this is SpecInfo and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to do a challenge lab from Create and Manage Cloud Resources Quest. So let's start our lab. I'm not going to read this all the boring stuff. You can read it. I'm directly starting with the practical stuff. That's great. Let's go to the first task. So our first task is to create an virtual machine. Okay, create an instance. So let's start the Google Cloud Console. I will copy the password. Hit OK. Accept all the dialog boxes. Great. Now in the navigation menu, before that, click on all the terms of services. Now go to the navigation menu. In that you will find the option of compute engine and go to VM instance. Now you have to create an VM instance. Okay, what type of instance you have to create is given in the task. So the instance name should be this. So I will copy this, create instance. I will paste my instance name. Then what next? You have to give the machine type as F1 micro machine. Okay, so you can find that in the series of first generation, and machine type will be F1 micro. That's great. And what's next? You have to use the default image type, that is Debian Linux. So we have to use the default only, which is Debian Linux. You can see here. Okay, that's great. Now you can click on the create. It will take few seconds. Okay, that's great. You can see the status is running, so you can check this your progress. Okay, that's great. We have done with the first task. So for second and third task we have to use the shell. So for that I have already written the commands in my notepad, so we can directly copy paste and we can save your time. If you want the commands, you can find in a description right here below. Okay, so let's start. So first we have to, in second task, we have to create an Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so first we have to give the zoner cluster using we have to use this cluster, this zone. Okay, so I will copy this and I will upgrade my commands. So in the place of region I will paste this. That's great. Here also, and in also all other command also we will do it. Okay, that's great. And okay, so first we will create the zoner cluster. So we'll copy this first command. Just go to your Google Cloud Console and at the top right corner you can see the activate cloud shell option. Just click on it and just accept all the dialogs box appears. Okay, got it. Okay, so this is our shell. Okay, so first we have to make the cluster, but before we do that we have to authorize ourselves. So just click on authorize, and then also one error may come. Let's hope that error may not come, but if the error come then you have to authorize yourself. No problem, you have to type this command gcloud auth logging and just click yes, copy paste this. Okay, copy this URL, open your new tab and just log into your account. Okay, log into your Google Cloud Students account, not your personal account, and just copy this verification code and paste here. Control V, enter. That's great. Now you can run the previous command. You can just press the up arrow to give the previously executed command. Just please and enter enter. It will take few seconds to run, to make the cluster. Okay, don't forget to change the region in the command. Okay, the region will be given in your question over here, so you can copy from here. Okay, so it will take few minutes so I will just skip this part. Okay, so cluster has been created. That's great. Now you can check the credentials for your cluster by the second command, and remember the name of your cluster. You can give any name of the cluster in this command. For example, I have given here the Nucleus web server. So let's check the credential, and it has successfully created. Now the cluster has been created. Now we have to deploy our image docker file. Okay, so this is the command, and we will paste it in the cloud shell. Okay, the deployment has been done. That's great. And after the deployment, we have to expose our image file with the help of Kubernetes. So this is the command, just paste it, and remember the port number. Sometimes what happened, they change the port number. Okay, so let's okay, we have done with the wrong port number. So the same mistake may happen with you, that we have to change the port number as specified. So we have to do with 8083 port number. So again, okay, so in my case it was 8083, but I have done with 8081, but no problem, you can still get the approval from this check my progress. So that's a great thing. I was thinking I have to do all this stuff again, but no problem. So just check this all the criteria and just edit the commands as given in your question. Okay, so the second task is done. Now third task is we have to set up the HTTP load balancer. Okay, so before setting up, we have to install and update our system. We have to install Nginx. So just copy this command from here and paste it in your shell. That's great. So it will install the requirements you will need for this HTTP loader balance. That's all, and you have to perform this all tasks. So these are the list of the tasks. So the first is create an instance template. Okay, so we have to create a template first, instant templates. So these are the commands. So you can also copy paste this, make sure to change the region as specified in your question. Okay, so copy this and I will paste it, enter. If you run into any problem, you may ask me in the comment section. Okay, that's great. Now the second task is we have to create a target pool. Okay, so the command is just the compute target pools, create Nginx pool. Okay, so is asking for the region specified. So it will by default take your region. So this is taking Asian Southeast, but according to my question, I have to take the US West 3. Okay, so this is not my region, so I will give no, and it will give me option to select the region as specified in the question. So make sure you also do this, or else your submission will not be considered. So I have to take US West 3. So what is the number? US West 3 34. So I will just type 34, enter, and the region will be set. Okay, that's great. Now second task is to create and manage instance group. Okay, so you have to create an instance group. So this is the simple command. You can just copy paste it, and you can also type it because ample amount of time is given to perform this lab. Okay, so you can type the command, so there will be more hands-on practice for you. I am just copy pasting this command for saving our time. It will take few minutes. Okay, not few minutes, it's just happen in seconds. Now we have to create an firewall, and and make sure to copy paste this rule as mentioned. Okay, so the firewall rule we have to set up is allow TCP rule 722. So what we will do is, in this command we have to change the name of this rule. So G Cloud Compute Firewall rule create, and the name of our rule is allow TCP rule 722. That's great. So we will copy paste this command in Google shell, enter, and the rule has been created. Yeah, that's great. You can find the information over here. Okay, now the second task is to create an health check. Okay, so you may face the problem in this step if you have done something wrong before. So let's check. Okay, all good, and make sure you have changed this rule, and you have to create an HTTP load balancer. So you have to give a port number as 80 HTTP. Copy paste this command. Okay, so all seems good. Now all other steps are easy. Now we have to do is you have to create a backend server, then attach the manage instance group we have created further with this backend server, and we have to mention the port, and we have to create this all on the port number 80. So let's see. So first we will create an backend services. It's a simple command, G Cloud Compute backend services, create and the service name. So our backend service name is web server backend. Okay, so backend service has been created. Now we have to attach that backend service with the manage instance group on the port 80. Okay, so this is the command, G Cloud Compute backend service, add backend to the web server backend. Okay, and the instant group we have to mention here, which is the web server group we have created before. The region US West 3, all good. And the next task is to create an URL map and then target that URL to an HTTP proxy route request. Okay, so this seems good. Now we can create an URL map. This is also simple command. Okay, G Cloud Compute URL maps, and the create and the name of the URL map, which is web server map in my case. You can choose what you like, and default service web service backend. Okay, so you have to give the name of the backend service, which is web server backend. And for proxy, there is also simple command. You have to create an HTTP proxy, and the name of the proxy is HTTP LB proxy, and we have to mention the URL map which we have created before, which is web server map. Okay, so it has been created successfully. That's good. Okay, we are done with all this stuff, and now just we have to mention is forwarding rule. Okay, so the forwarding rule we have to make port the port number we have to give is 80, right? So copy paste this command. Okay, and our forwarding rule is permit TCP rule 261. Okay, you can give whatever rule you want. I have just chosen this rule. You can also give the firewall rule mentioned above, that allow what was the rule firewall what was the rule for firewall? Allow TCP rule 722. So you can also use the same rule, no problem. So we have done with all the tasks. Now let's see the forwarding rules. Okay, so you can see the list of all the forwarding rules by this command, G Cloud Compute forwarding rules list. Okay, so these are the all rules we have created. Okay, that's good, that looks good. Now we have done with the task 3, and you can check your progress. it may happen it may not approve in the first time, because it will take 2 to 3 minutes to be make changes. And that's great, we have completed with the challenge lab. And now you can go to your cloud skill boost and check the badge. So just go to your quest, and your quest has been completed. Yeah, and you can fill the evaluation and get your badge. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video useful, then like my video. If you have any queries, you can comment below. I will surely try to answer it. And subscribe my channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much.